How you let another grown man fill up on your booty? Couldn't be me, boy, I am not a hoochie. You niggas really in the street, I ain't really in the streets.
Lil Baby is finally firing shots back at Blueface after Blueface came at him with wild claims, accusing him of creeping around with Chrisean Rock. Not only that, but Blueface even threw out the messy hint that Chrisean's baby might actually be Lil Baby's. And now, Lil Baby's had enough and is sending a bold warning straight at Blueface to keep his name out of the drama. This mess is getting nastier by the minute. See, Lil Baby isn't the type to play in the circus that Blueface and Chrisean got going on, but when your name keeps getting dragged through the mud, eventually you clap back. And Lil Baby's message? Strong, direct, and crystal clear. This whole fiasco didn't just start today either. It goes all the way back to February when Blueface lost it after spotting some texts between Chrisean and Lil Baby. Jealous much? In one of those texts, Lil Baby was like, "It's baby." Why people saying I'm in your DMs, why you ain't tell him I'm your big brother? I don't like it like that, but instead of letting it go, Blueface took it to a whole new level with a rant aimed at Lil Baby. He said stuff like, "Met my B one time talking about he big brother, you ain't no son to me. The truth could never be a diss. You in her DMs, I'm in this B's phone." He kept going, throwing shade and talking reckless. Anything that makes rock boom, I'm all for it. Even if I gotta look bad. I ain't bring her to the top for you men to play fake big brother. Let's do business or move around. Simple as that. I invested in this long time ago. You want to work with Rock? Call Blue. Or I'm bleeding you unprofessionally every time, child. The nerve of this man. Blueface out here getting heated over Lil Baby sliding in Chrisean's DMs. But let's be real. He doesn't even try to hide the fact that he's out here running around with other women on the side. The double standard is wild, and now Lil Baby's making it clear he's not about to let his name get played with anymore. The second Chrisean tries to have a simple conversation with another man, just talking, nothing shady, Blueface flips out like it's the end of the world. Even when it's somebody in the industry trying to look out for her career, he treats it like a betrayal. It got so ridiculous that DJ Academics even had to step in and call him out. Academics said, "Blueface really a hater for this girl. Your girl who sucks at music but trying to always get followed by Drake? Yo, you immediately hate and say he infatuated with you. Rick Ross takes a pic, you piss AF. Lil Baby gives her his number, you expose messages. Man, just say you want to control her." And honestly, that was exactly the energy Blueface was giving. Straight up possessive. For a while, the mess cooled down, mainly because Lil Baby refused to entertain the nonsense. But just when it seemed like the drama had finally died, Chrisean gave birth, and Blueface fired it all back up again. He was back to accusing her of sneaking around with Lil Baby, throwing shade instead of focusing on the fact that his child was entering the world. Chrisean flew home to Baltimore for the birth, surrounded by her godparents and family who actually cared about her. That move was a blessing, because let's be real, if she'd stayed in LA, she would have been alone. And why? Because Blueface was nowhere to be found. Instead of being at the hospital for the biggest moment of his life, he was out in Miami, turning up with his other baby mama Jaden. No shame, no guilt, just partying while Chrisean went through labor by herself. The disrespect was loud. Blueface got dragged from one end of the internet to the other for skipping out on the birth, and the smoke was so heavy that Chrisean had to step in and explain herself. She revealed, "I simply ain't invite him. I went to my city to have my child. None of you weird people ain't finna be around my son. I'm all he got. I'm gonna do everything I can to protect him from hate and jealousy or anything. His name is Can, and he will be loved and respected." That statement left folks stunned. Why would she ban the father of her child from the hospital? Some started whispering that she was just being a bitter baby mama. But Chrisean wasn't about to let that narrative fly. She hopped on Instagram Live and cleared the air, saying the real reason she didn't want him there was because he was salty about her choosing Baltimore. She wanted the support of her godparents and family, but Blueface didn't like it. On top of that, she revealed his obsession with Lil Baby's messages had spiraled so out of control, she couldn't take the drama anymore. And here's the kicker, Chrisean said she actually kept her distance from Lil Baby to keep the peace. She admitted she never replied to his text and stopped reaching out of respect for Blueface as her baby daddy. But even after she put her own bag on hold and shut down any chance of rumors, it still wasn't enough. Blueface kept pressing, kept accusing, and kept dragging her name through the dirt, even after she had just given birth. The insecurity was eating him alive. Blueface didn't just stop at throwing shade, he crossed the line and threatened to take Chrisean's baby away. He blasted out, "If she don't take my son serious and make that her main focus and priority for at least 30 days, I will file for custody. You've been warned." Then, less than 24 hours later, he doubled down with another post saying, "I can't believe y'all thought a kid would change anything. In the first 48 hours, the baby has been held and touched by 20 different people. My kid not finna be hurt and touched on like everybody in her family." And it didn't stop there. He even accused Chrisean of using their newborn for clout. He bragged, "I'm putting pressure on her to tighten up. She's under a microscope now, so she needs to take my son serious. I have no intentions of taking him from her, but if she don't get a grip and focus on our son instead of clout, I will have to do what is best for the baby. I don't care about Rock, I care about the baby." The nerve was unreal. Chrisean was so crushed by his words that she broke down on Instagram Live, crying about the pain she went through while carrying her son and the disrespect she was now facing.
Talking about, you trying to get another nigga attention. I said, bro, you with a whole nother bitch. Why do you care that me and Baby don't even, the last time I ever received a message from Baby was when he was like, why fool acting like that? You know you little sis. Cause I didn't come off like I wanted to fuck, bro. That nigga was really just like cool as shit when I met him. He wanted to like tap in, like, all right, lock in with me or whatever. I never got to it because Blue, jealous, insecure. So I respected that. So he screenshotted, exposed what Baby said, try to go viral off of it.
People were convinced this had to be the final straw. Like, how could she ever come back from a betrayal this deep? But the plot twist?
And then keep saying, oh, I'm gonna take us. You have no say so. Don't ever, bro. Nobody taking my kid from, bro. Nobody taking my baby from me, yo. Nobody taking my baby from me, yo. You know how much shit I took when I was pregnant with?
Chrisean shocked everyone when just days later she ran right back into Blueface's arms. The cycle of chaos was back on full display. Blueface had the internet in shock when he dropped a video of Chrisean signing what looked like a contract under his label, stamped with the words MILF Music Forever, Blueface, and Can. The optics were wild. She was fresh off giving birth, and now she's being locked into his brand like property. But the real chaos came next. Chrisean popped up in his new music video for a track literally titled Baby Mama Drama. And yes, it was just as messy and toxic as you'd expect from these two. To top it off, Blueface couldn't resist sliding in a jab at Lil Baby, shading him for allegedly trying to push up on Chrisean. The pettiness was loud. Well, Lil Baby clearly had enough of the circus because word is he clapped back through the booth. In his upcoming track, he didn't just spit a line, he straight up yelled Blueface's name, making it clear he's done staying quiet. That shout alone sent fans into a frenzy, and it showed just how tired he is of being dragged into the drama. Insiders are saying Lil Baby actually regrets ever reaching out to Chrisean in the first place. At first, he thought it was about music, but with all of Blueface's antics, he's reportedly decided to back away and keep it moving. And let's be real, Blueface taking shots at Lil Baby in a diss war, that's not even a fair fight. Lil Baby's in another league, and Blueface might want to bow out before he gets embarrassed. At this point, if Blueface keeps dragging it, he's just gonna end up getting clowned even harder. And honestly, most people aren't even mad at Lil Baby for stepping in so strong because Blueface threw the first stone. Fans flooded the comments roasting Blueface, with one saying, "Can you imagine as a man never even being with someone and their boyfriend keeps dragging your name into every argument? That's hilarious to me, for real. Like, why does he keep doing that?" Another fan jumped in with, "Lil Baby does not want that girl." The crowd was eating it up, glad somebody finally said what needed to be said. Folks are tired of Blueface disrespecting everyone around him, and some even declared, if Lil Baby ends Blueface, this page is turning into a Lil Baby stan account. We sick of hearing about this dude. So now the real question is, are we about to see this explode into a full-on feud? Or will one of them finally back down before it gets too messy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear who you think is walking away from this and who's about to take the biggest L. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next video, because trust me, it's only getting crazier from here.